Hey, what's up? This is ChoseN, and Plarium has released this new Q&A video. I will watch it live with you, give you some reaction and some context, and then we'll read some of the comments on the video. Plarium was brave enough to not disable comments, so we'll scroll through and see what people are saying after we watch it. And then we'll do the normal stuff. We'll quickly go over what's going on in game and grade the offers for you and all that heading into today. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first things first, let's go ahead and watch this quick, short Q&A dev plans video that Plarium put out. And speaking of which, I believe this is one of the first times they're doing something like this. They should be doing this at least once a month, so this is a super cool idea. Hopefully they keep that up. But let's go ahead and watch this, and I'll try my best to give you some context here as we go.
Hey everyone, welcome to our very first raid Q&A video. A short video covering things we've been working on, telling you a little bit about our plans and answering some of your most frequently asked questions. So let's get into those. The first one, will the requirement to get Lydia change when you add the new faction? Short answer, most probably yes, but there is no reason to panic. Some of you may already know that our next new faction will be based on a lot of Eastern Asian influences. And like all other factions, they're gonna have their own crypt in Faction Wars, eventually. We'll be gradually adding new champions.
Yeah, okay, so maybe some of you are newer to Raid and haven't seen the release of a new faction, like some of the veteran players have when Dwarves was released. Okay, so she says that there's going to be an Eastern Asian influenced faction being released, and then they'll add the crypt eventually. So this is supposed to be the Samurai faction that they said was going to be coming sometime in the spring. So sometime in between like end of March and end of April, probably somewhere in that month, we'll see this new kind of Samurai Eastern Asian faction come out. And they aren't going to release the crypt right away. There'll be like probably like a 4 to 6 week window in there where they give you time to summon champions from that faction, level up champions, and prepare to enter the crypt and get after it. And it looks like they are going to be upping the requirement to get Lydia from the current 819 faction war stars. That's the current 13 factions, maxing them all out. It looks like that star requirement to get Lydia will change, but it might not happen right away or something. It was a little bit vague how it was worded, but it looks like it will definitely be changing, and they'll be adding that faction to the requirement of the completion to get Lydia
To the faction over time. So we won't actually open a crypt for them until we've added enough champions to make it completable. So the requirements for Lydia won't change in the near future, and we will let you know far in advance before the new faction is added to the list of those. Question 2. What are your future plans for the Doom Tower? The Doom Tower is supposed to work in rotations, with every rotation switching up the bosses, mobs, and secret rooms. As you might be able to see in-game right now, this current one is named after the Frost Spider, because she's the final boss. The next rotation will have another boss, and so on. However, since this was our very first Doom Tower release, we realized we've got a bit more fine-tuning and tweaking to do on the current rotation. With your help, we have also come up with a whole list of improvements we want to make for the next one. And we're gonna hold off on releasing that until we think it's ready. Right now, we are looking at releasing the next rotation in a few months. Maybe April, maybe sooner. So keep an eye.
Okay, yeah, she's talking about rotations of the Doom Tower. So the way it's worked currently is the first 2 Doom Towers, we are currently on the second one, were exactly the same. Nothing changed, as far as I know anyway, or if anything changed, it was very minor. But the first Doom Tower and the second Doom Tower were exactly the same. So it's going to be going in some sort of a rotation every 2 or 3 months where they'll come out with new bosses, new floors, new secret rooms, but they will be the same exact Doom Tower for probably 2 or 3 rotations.
Eye out for news on that. Third question. Did you guys forget about the dwarves? Why do the undead hordes get all the new epics and legendaries? Our development path for planning, designing, balancing, and releasing champions is pretty long. It's something we try to plan well in advance, and there's usually a long line of champions in development at any time. That's why you've been seeing a lot of Undead Horde champions popping up all over the place, along with other champions from older factions. However, we haven't forgotten the dwarves. Don't worry, we know they need some new blood. We've actually just released 2 new epic dwarves, and we're also bringing out 2 more epics and a new dwarf legendary in February. On top of that, we've got another 14 in development right now that we hope will bring that faction.
A new dwarf legendary in February. That's exciting because the dwarves only have 4 legendaries: Tormund, Molly, Mountain King, and Trunda. So hopefully there's like maybe a Valentine's Day dwarf legendary event here. So that'd be cool.
Up a level. Next question. Do you have any answers to the duplicate champions issue? This is probably our most asked question, and it's also probably the hardest one to answer. We are currently working on and testing a few different concepts for this. But it's a biggie, and we want to make sure we get it right. It could have a huge impact on the game, positive or negative. So we are not avoiding it, we are just being thorough. Right now, our top priority is to figure this out in the first half of this year. As soon as we have a clearer idea of the direction we're gonna go with, we'll let you know. And last question.
Okay, so the quote was, our goal right now is to figure it out in the first half of this year. That doesn't say anything about releasing it or anything. Looks like they are, okay, the sentiment I think used to be, we don't currently have any plans for a duplicate system. So at least we're slowly working up to them admitting that they are planning one and discussing it and working on it. And it looks like they're hoping to announce it within the next 3 to 5 months, which would be great. Hopefully we see it in 2021. I do think a duplicate system is, obviously, like she said, it's the most discussed thing, the most brought up thing, because it's soul crushing to summon shards and also to spend money on the game and then get a duplicate that you really can't do anything with, because we all know that a duplicate legendary one skill book is just not a good enough justification for that. So hopefully we get some more news on that in the next few months, and hopefully they don't mess it up and take like 2 or 3 years to release it, because it's definitely needed to breathe some life into the game.
Gearing champions is hard and takes a lot of silver. Do you have any plans to fix that? We do. We are currently testing 3-4 different ideas to reduce the overall silver demands. And we'll let you know once we figure out the best way to deal with it. We're also looking to make re-gearing new champions a little easier to manage. We are currently working on an armory feature that lets you preview a new selected artifact set and compare it with the champion's currently equipped artifacts. This will show you exactly how your builds stack up and help you decide whether to keep or swap out your artifacts for new ones. And that's everything. If you have questions or suggestions,
that's really cool. That's a great idea. There's a few other things they could do. I know a lot of people talked about adding a silver mine, just like we have a gem mine. Have a silver mine that has like 3 upgradable levels, where you can get some income, generate some silver income on your server or on your game, and be rewarded for logging in every day and clearing it. That's a great idea. I would love them to add a silver mine. People have kicked around the idea of having a free artifact swap day, like Sundays or something, let people, but then you're going to have people going crazy and making all sorts of builds for the arena and stuff like that. I mean, there is no perfect answer when it comes to the artifact swapping, or you could just completely alleviate the cost of swapping gear. That would be an easier way to go about it. But they've really dug a hard stance in the ground on removing silver cost from changing gear. So I don't think that's ever going to happen. The armory is a great middle ground. I would just remove the cost of swapping gear personally, or at least lower it a lot. But the armory is a cool middle ground where you can step into an armory, swap artifacts as much as you want, test different things, see how it stacks up to what your previous build was, and see how the stats change, see how it's going out, and then it looks like you'll be able to click like finalize, and then it'll calculate all the removing and adding and silver cost, and it'll probably even like let you know, hey, this is going to cost 875,000 silver. Would you like to continue? Boom. Okay, equip. If it's something like that, that's a good middle ground, and I think that's a good idea. That'll be cool to have an armory to play around with on all the artifacts and stuff.
Questions, please share them in the comment section below. We'll pick the most interesting ones and cover them in the next video. See ya!
All right, let's go through the comment section real quick and see. Let's brave the waters. So Siri, what about the duplicate system? 2019, we're working on it. 2020, we're testing it. Yeah, fair enough. That has been kind of the corporate answer for a while now. Yeah. Amount of silver is too much. Yeah. So we're kind of upgrade. Stop asking. Yeah. See, and a lot of people complaining about the silver cost of swapping gear and stuff. And yeah, books and silver are probably the most common complaints from the player base that I see as well. Yeah, these are all about books and silver. All the top comments here. Well, the requirements for Lydia move? Well, no, but actually, yes. Well, yeah, she kind of, she said, for the next few months, no, but eventually the requirement for Lydia will change when they add the new samurai type faction. So to summarize, we're working on it. Yep, pretty close. All right, well, that was fun. Let's go ahead and get you all caught up on some of the game stuff and offers. All right, so in terms of in-game, there's nothing major going on right now, but it's definitely a lot of dragon shenanigans going on. We just had the corrupted dragon tournament. The corrupted is that subset of undead, night rev, demon spawn, and dark elves. That one just ended, as you see here, and I made sure to grind up enough to get the void shard, but then I didn't go crazy trying to win this one. Now the next dragon tournament right here is going to be the different subset of factions. It's going to be Banner Lords, High Elves, Sacred Order, and Barbarians. So it's going to be the top row there. I believe it's the Talarians. Yeah, Talarians. So these 4 factions right here, that's what you're going to be going with on the current dragon tournament. And I would recommend at least going until the void shard, like I said in yesterday's video, because we will have 2x voids starting in about 11 days. And then for events, pretty simple. Not a whole lot has changed since yesterday. I'll quickly gloss over it. A pretty normal dungeon divers that I would recommend at least getting the core hammers. And then there's really nothing like a legendary book or a void shard to chase after that. The artifact enhancement event is live. So a good opportunity for you to take a bunch of stuff to level 8, level 12, see which ones are worth keeping, and then upgrade some of those best artifacts to level 16. And you're going to want to at least get to 1,000 points on that one. And then unfortunately, again, no void shard. I would have loved to see that here at the end with the 2x voids coming up. And then champion training, pretty normal. Good opportunity to work on some of those champions, but not a whole lot to talk about in the events other than the basic stuff. But let's head into the shop and see what we've got today in terms of offers. It looks like there's a decent amount of them here, and we've got a new pack string plus a daily pack. So, okay, a good day to plug in the offers for you guys. We've got this daily pack. They used to be really good, but they've been kind of falling off in recent times. I don't think this one's gonna be great. Yeah, they've been floating around like that 1.75 to 1.85, so not quite a recommend from me on that one. Just not quite doing it on the 1.8. This one here, 40, and then 1.5. Gems of 500, okay. No XP, and then 100 brews. Okay, and then 6 5-star chicken. 1.36. Oof. Is that right? 40 bucks. Yeah. 5-star brew, gems, silver. Yeah, no, that's not a good one. The monthly pack is a 2.45. If you're curious, it just reset, so you've got about 3.5 weeks on that. My mini mix pack has just dropped today from $20 to $10. Literally in my last video yesterday, it was $20. Now it's 10. So raid, the packs kind of float around with your current spending tier and your spending habits in the game. I haven't been spending money on a pack for a little bit, so it's finally starting to drop me down here to lower mini mix packs. Pack string, these was a decent idea because they've got the big payoff here at the end where it costs $3, and this is obviously one of the most insane offers you would ever see for $3. But the problem is you got to buy a bunch of trash offers to get there. So I'll give you an example. This is probably like a 1.7 or something. We got 850 energy and 5 energy refills. Yeah, 1.27. Yeah. So. Yeah, these are a pass for me. I wish they kept it the 1, 2, and then the payoff at number 3, and then maybe at least make them like average instead of having to buy 4 crappy offers to get the payoff. But yeah, it's kind of, you guys know my sentiment by now. It's kind of a debate that I'm not personally going to be buying those. 6-star artifact, 25 bucks for crit damage gear, epic. No thanks. So yeah, the best out of these is the daily pack, but there's really nothing in here. The monthly pack is a good offer, the new one that just refreshed this month, but that's probably the best out of anything in here. I don't see anything in terms of a daily offer that I would recommend to you guys. But alrighty, that kind of does it for the main gist of what I wanted to go over and cover in this video. So if you're watching it right when it came out, as always, when I release videos in the morning, USA time, I will be streaming right after, interacting with you guys, playing some Raid and hanging out. So hope to see you there. And as always, have a good rest of your day. Thank you for watching. Peace.